pick before the trade deadline. Meanwhile, a major reason the Rams are Super Bowl champions is because of their willingness to part with draft picks to upgrade talent. Their GM Les Snead wore a shirt at LA's victory parade, displaying how little he cares about picks at the parade. And LeBron approved, tweeting, quote, "Legend, my type of guy." Shannon, do you think this was a shot at Rob Pelinka?
No, I don't. This wasn't about the John Wall, Troy, because LeBron James said, look, if a team has an opportunity to get better at the trade deadline, that's what you do. John Wall I'm not going into the luxury tax for John Wall and Christian Wood. Skip, we all know this was about LeBron James saying, that's my type of guy. We know what happened when LeBron James returned to Cleveland. What did they do, Skip? They had the number 1 overall pick in Andrew Wiggins in hand. They shipped him to Minnesota for Kevin Love. We saw what happened the second year in L.A. Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, 3 first-round picks for Anthony Davis. Now, 2 of those 3 guys have already on to their 3rd team. Lonzo's in Chicago, Josh Hart's now in Portland. So it just goes to show you, LeBron James wants to win a title. He doesn't have time for guys to develop. And I'm not so sure. Do we think Ingram and Ball and Josh Hart would have helped LeBron win that title in the bubble? I don't believe they would have. So I believe this was a great trade. We're going to see how those picks are working out in New Orleans, considering, now they're saying that, your guy might need a second foot surgery.
Yep.
I hope that's not the case. Zion. Skip, what would have been interesting had the Cavaliers, the number 1 overall draft pick, would have been who? One Joel Embiid. He probably would have wanted to trade him too, because remember, Skip, the first 3 years, Joel Embiid played maybe a handful of games. LeBron does not have time for guys to develop. So I took it as that's my type of guy. Damn them picks. We're trying to win right now. Them picks can't help us win right now. They might help somebody else win down the road, but bless their heart. We're trying to win right now. So plus you tell me all the time, John Wall is a clutch client. LeBron James knows what John Wall is. There's no doubt in my mind, if LeBron James really, now he might have, we couldn't package that pick for somebody else. Now he might have said, maybe it wasn't John Wall, Skip. Maybe package Horton Tucker and that pick and go get someone else. But it looks to me from the reports I heard, hell, didn't nobody want Tucker in that 1st-round pick.
I agree.
So Rob was like, I just can't give him away, Bron. But I didn't take it as that. LeBron wants veterans. Skip, in Miami, the youngest player he had on his team was who? Mario Chalmers in his 3rd year. Now, Norris Cole came in a little here and there, but that was a veteran-laden team. They had the Battiers. They had the Mike Millers. Yeah, Birdman. Skip, Anthony. Skip, this is a veteran team. So LeBron James I can't win with young guys unless you will give me a James Worthy. You win the championship, Skip, you get the number 1 overall pick. Ain't nobody gonna you can't do that now. So for me, I didn't take it as a shot at Rob Pelinka. I took it as this is how LeBron James says, that's how you win a championship. Damn, trying to develop somebody. Give me somebody that's already developed. I want a newborn. I want the baby I want the 3-year-old, Skip. He already walking and talking, he can tell me what he needs, he or she needs. That's what I need.
I got to give you big props. I got to compliment you because you do such an extraordinary job of defending and apologizing for LeBron James. This is glaringly, obviously, a shot at Rob Pelinka. This is classic vintage. LeBron on social going cryptic, going passive-aggressive, where he never really spits it out. He never just pushes it out there for all to see and all to react to.
Ain't nothing to see.
You have to kind of scratch your chin a little bit. What's he saying here?
Nothing.
What's between the lines?
All the skilled babies can decipher it.
Line? My type of guy.
Yes.
Oh, F them picks. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm leaping to the conclusion.
Exactly.
We just passed the trade deadline, and everybody said, "What are the Lakers not doing? Not doing.
Right.
What are the Lakers not doing? They're doing nothing." And you can't tell me LeBron was happy with that. And there were many reports, starting with one on ESPN.com, that suggested that for the first time, Rob Pelinka said no to LeBron James, that he said, we are standing pat.
Right.
We are not going to make change for change's sake.
Right, which I agree with.
We gave up way too much for Russell Westbrook, to suddenly give up on the Russ experiment in midstream. We got to let it play out because we haven't done enough to put him in the right advantageous positions, and maybe he hasn't still done quite enough to sacrifice for the greater good of our cause. Okay, so that's what happened at the trade deadline, and I believe that the king did not like not being the king of his own palace, because I think he got his wrist slapped. I think they had to back off. And I told you from day one, I first guessed this like a month ago, you just have to go with addition by subtraction.
But that's subtraction by subtraction.
Okay.
What is John Wall?
Okay, it doesn't matter. He's a good guy.
Get done with no championship.
Okay, I'm just telling you, you don't need Russ to gum up the works. He's the fly in the soup. You have to just get rid of him, get out from under him. And I think you agreed with that.
No, not for John Wall. I told you I didn't want the John Wall trade.
But you could get more out of John Wall in good ways than you can get out of Russ.
Why haven't they gotten it out of him in Houston? Why didn't they get it out of him in Washington? If you could give you so much, if he got so much in it, let them pull it out of him.
He's irrelevant to this process because all you need to do is get rid of Russ.
No.
That's priority one. Get rid of him. Mm-hmm. If it costs you a draft pick in 2027, what does it matter? Would it improve your chances down the stretch not to have to deal with Russ, not to try to figure out how to solve the Russ problem, which is, by your own confession and admission, is enormous.
He's playing better, though.
He's played a little better in 2 straight games. He still had 5 turnovers the other night. He is still running away with the turnover lead in the NBA.
He had none in the fourth quarter. That's where it matters.
He is still ranked 102nd of 104 free throw shooters, and he's your starting point guard.
Right.
He's still shooting 29-something% from 3. It is all-time pathetically bad, especially for the starting point guard of the Lakers.
Right.
You got to get rid of
Nope.
it. You got to solve your problem.
We're not going to luxury tax.
You have to cut your losses.
We're not going into luxury tax for no John Wall.
It is laughable to hear you talk about the Buss family not going into the luxury tax.
Not for John Wall.
Are you kidding me? The luxury tax. Jeannie Buss, the daughter of the great Dr. Buss, is saying, I don't want to go in the luxury tax, then you're just writing off the rest of the year.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not. No. It's not that I don't want to go in the luxury tax. I'm not going in the luxury tax. Skip. I will go in debt for a home. I'll go in debt for medical bills. I'm not going in debt for no damn car. I'm not doing that. I'm not going in debt for a piece of jewelry or a fur coat.
Okay.
A necessity, things that I think can improve my life, I'll go in debt for.
Okay.
If you're going to give me somebody that's going to improve the Lakers, I'll go in debt for that. John Wall is not improving it, and I'm not going in debt for it.
Okay, and instead you have hit the wall. Instead of acquiring the wall, you have hit it.
That's okay.
Right?
Russ, we're going to figure this thing out. We're going to be in the play-in tournament. We're going to have to win 2 games, which I believe we're more than capable of getting.
This is pathetic. You're crawling now. You're begging.
We got to do what we got to do.
Figure out how to win 2 games to get into the playoffs.
We ain't got to figure it out. We ain't got to figure it out. We know who we got to beat. We got to beat the two teams that's in front of us, which we can do, which we will do.
Just not too long ago, LeBron James said whoever invented this format should be fired. Remember that?
Yeah, but you know.
And now it's the format that gets him a chance to get into the back end of the playoffs.
I remember when people said the same thing about Google. Google tried to sell itself to Yahoo for $1 billion. They say you're overpriced. You think they would take that right now, Skip Bayless? I remember when Microsoft tried to buy Yahoo for $30 billion. Nah. And guess what? Somebody bought them the other day for about $5-6 million.
Okay. Now we're talking about LeBron playing for a dying business called the Lakers.
Hey,
it's dying.
It didn't seem like a good idea at the time, but now that we need it.
This tweet is classic passive-aggressive.
There ain't no classic nothing.
Blame deflection.
You just said you leaped to the conclusion.
It's like LeBron is sending the message to his billions of blind witnesses out there. He's saying, hey, don't blame me. Blame my GM.
No.
This GM, this championship GM of my Rams, and he's now the biggest Rams fan. I thought he was a Cowboy fan, then I thought he was a Rams fan.
No.
Now he's a Rams fan.
He explained it to you. He says he's a Cleveland Brown fan at heart. He says, but he will support the city, the teams in which city he's in. The Miami Dolphins, the Miami Hurricanes. He's done that, so now he's in L.A. It's only natural.
I once witnessed LeBron James on the field in Cleveland ahead of a Browns game against my my Dallas Cowboys wearing an Emmitt Smith jersey on the field, a 22.
Yeah, everybody like the Cowboys.
In your face, Brown.
You like the Cowboys.
You're a Browns fan?
You
Where
like the
are
Cowboys.
you? You're a bandwagon rider. You're a front runner.
Hey, look, come on. Let the man have it.
Don't blame me. Blame my GM. That's what this says.
No, that's not what...
I wish I had the Rams GM because he's got some guts.
Skip, but you make it seem like they didn't trade no second and third round pick for Melvin Ingram. They traded second and third round picks for Von Miller, a former Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay, but they didn't face a rust problem. You needed to eliminate your rust problem, solve it, fix it, and John Wall was irrelevant to the deal. You had it on the table, and you didn't do it.
They didn't give up 2 first-round picks for Baker Mayfield, 2 first-round picks for Jimmy Garoppolo. They gave that for Matthew Stafford. Rob Pelinka said, I got no problem giving up picks.
Well, speaking of LeBron's love for the Rams, LeBron just gave Aaron Donald the ultimate compliment. Stick around, we'll tell you what he said.